new rock, live music, and promotion.
The following program features low-fat menu planning. If you have health or medical conditions, are pregnant, or are a nursing mother, consult a physician regarding the appropriateness of such a plan. Follow any dietary restrictions you have and modify recipes accordingly. And a good idea for everyone is to consult their doctor before making major changes in diet or exercise.
It's a matter of changing your lifestyle and just incorporating exercise and good nutrition in.
What I like about it is helpful to me because I've lost weight.
They have the confidence and they have the self-image that they didn't have before they came.
I will lose weight.
I cut out the empty calories.
By taking steps like reducing the amount of fat in your diet and increasing fiber, you can lower your risk of heart disease, cancer, obesity, and other diseases.
I feel that has added years to my life.
Hi, I'm Eugene Shepard.
I'm Althea Johnson.
And I'm Marty Sesmer.
And I'm Angela D'Arezzo.
And on behalf of ICD, the International Center for the Disabled, we welcome you to Chew, Cooking Healthy, Eating Well, the first cooking show specifically designed to include people with other abilities.
This show is about encouraging you to develop healthy, low-fat eating habits, regardless of whether or not you have a disability. I have muscular dystrophy, and about 2 years ago, I started using my scooter. I could no longer do the type of exercising I normally did, and guess what? I gained weight. I was frightened, and I was really devastated. And I wanted to find a way to cope. So I began experimenting with low-fat cooking and educating myself about calories, fat, and nutrition. And it worked. Not only have I lost the weight, but I've kept it off, and I feel great.
Many people turn to low-fat cooking for better weight control. And like you, Angela, I was concerned about weight gain after I became paralyzed. As a registered dietitian, I know that low-fat cooking means more than better weight control. It means clearer arteries, improved blood pressure, and lower blood cholesterol, which can prevent heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers.
I wish I knew that years ago. I never worried about my weight, and I couldn't have cared less for nutrition. I ate anything. Then I developed diabetes, and I learned there was a price to pay for eating the wrong foods. You see, for me, eating healthier is being healthier.
Well, I'm in it for both the weight and the health benefits. For years, I've had weight and health problems. And like Oprah, I can bring out a wagon load of fats that I've lost on all different kinds of diets. And what happens is I've always gained it back and my health had worsened. So a few months ago, I started low-fat cooking. At first, it tasted different, but it tasted great. And as a result of it, I've lost some weight, my blood pressure and sugar level have gone down, and I'm feeling really great.
So join us today in looking better, feeling better, and living better by cooking healthy and eating well.
First, I'd like to tell you about 4 simple ways you can modify any recipe to make it healthier. All you need to do is care. Our C is for change. Change the ingredients from foods high in fat and sugar and low in nutrients to ones that are low in fat and sugar and high in nutrients. A is for add. Adding more foods that are high in fiber and nutrients like fruits and vegetables to make your meals more filling and satisfying. R is for reduce. Reduce the amount of fat and sugar in a recipe. Most likely you won't even notice the difference. And E is for eliminate. If you don't need the high-calorie ingredient, eliminate it. So remember, take care of your heart and it will take care of you.
We're going to show you how to use these steps in your own cooking. If you have specific problem limitations or cannot cook your own food, you will be able to instruct the person who is preparing your food to cook it, your food, your way. And it'll be leaner and healthier. If you also teach them, they would probably start eating healthier also.
Our menu for today is easy, nutritious, and tastes great. And it won't take much of your time or energy. We're going to have oven-baked chicken, glazed carrots, and oven-browned potatoes, and some fruit and low-fat yogurt for dessert.
Just remember to follow any dietary restrictions your doctor has ordered and to alter your recipes accordingly. Let's start with our chicken. Chicken is mostly protein, and protein is important for anyone with mobility problems who may be prone to skin breakdowns. If you are prone to skin breakdowns, ask your doctor if increasing the amount of protein in your diet would help. Some low-fat sources of protein are skim milk powder, egg substitutes, and low-fat cheese. Another is egg whites, which we'll be using today to coat our chicken.
Now, everyone thinks chicken is low fat, right?
Right.
But it can have a surprising amount of fat. So to reduce the fat in chicken, buy white meat instead of dark meat. It's leaner. And remove the skin, which is where most of the fat lies. But first, protect yourself from salmonella. That's bacteria that chicken carries. And to protect us, I am using a non-porous board that's more resistant to blood and bacteria than the wooden cutting boards. If you're using wooden boards, use two. One for the chicken and one for the vegetables. This board is designed for people with hand problems. And so it has two spikes to hold the chicken, which is here. And now what you want to do is to remove the skin. And Angela, this is the first time that you're going to be skinning a chicken. So what I'd like to do is show you how to do it. And the first thing you have to have is a good knife.
You're absolutely right, Marty. But since I have some weakness in my arms, I'm using a knife with a wide handle because it gives me a better grasp. Or you can buy these coverings separately that just slip over a lot of utensils and makes them wide-handled.
All right, Angela. Now I'm going to show you how to, when skinning anything or cutting anything, cut away from your body.
Okay.
Place your knife under the skin and slowly move it up and back. That's very good. Up and back, right. Now as the skin comes off, it's going to show. That's good. It'll allow you to get to other fats on the meat, which we could remove. That's beautiful. Very good. Very good.
Gee, that was pretty easy.
See? You're a pro already.
Marty, would you pass me those skins?
Sure.
Now, chicken skin is high in cholesterol and fat. It's the same type of fat that's on the body of an overweight person. Eat enough of these and you're headed for trouble. Why? Because a diet that's high in fat and cholesterol increases the amount of fat and cholesterol in your body and in your arteries. Over time, your arteries can become clogged, and this leads to heart disease. So remember, fat, especially fatty meats and cholesterol, are bad news for your heart. And this is better in the trash than in your arteries. Okay, on to cooking.
Let's do it. First, we preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Then we spray a roasting pan with a non-stick spray to cut down on any sticking. Now, our chicken is really oven baked. Don't tell anyone, they'll swear it's fried. And you'll be eliminating all those fats used in frying. Now, usually, people like to use whole eggs and milk in their coating mixes. That can also be high in fats. So instead, we'll be using a half a cup of orange juice and 2 egg whites. Now here we have some chicken that's been marinating in the orange juice for at least 20 minutes. That should give us a nice orange flavor. Now we dip it in the egg whites that we prepared earlier and then cover it with these breadcrumbs, seasoned or plain. It's your choice. We've added a little paprika in the breadcrumbs to add a nice color in cooking, and you just lay them in a roasting pan. It's already been sprayed. Now cover them well with these breadcrumbs. Now you see what the effect of the paprika has on them. It'll add a nice touch in browning. And just add a little more to the ones I didn't put it on. Give it another spray. Now we'll pass it over to Marty.
Thank you, Eugene. Now we're going to take our chicken and put it in a preheated 350-degree oven. This should cook for about 40 to 50 minutes or till it cooks to 185 degrees. You can also cook this meal in your toaster oven. Just read the temperature and time on the front of the appliance.
Marty was talking about salmonella before. Since salmonella can spread, we want to clean everything that has come into contact with the chicken with hot water and soap before we start preparing any other foods. So we're going to clean our cutting boards, knives, counters, and our hands. And then we'll come back to talk about vegetables.
Well, we have a wonderful collection of produce here. We have peppers, squash, melon. Today we're going to use, and beautiful lettuce. Today we're going to use red potatoes, melon, strawberries in our cooking, and carrots. When picking produce, you have to make sure that the carrots are nice and orange in color, firm, good green top, and that will give you a good carrot for cooking. And potatoes, we use red potato. Try to get one as thin a skin as possible, the least amount of dense black spots and eyes in the potato. And honeydew melon, which is right here, beautiful. The base should smell sweet. Make sure there are no bruises or flat spots on there, no soft spots. And here, strawberries, as red as possible. And when you touch them, they have to be not too soft and not too hard.
Well, why are fruits and vegetables so great for you? First, they taste good. Second, they're filling. Third, certain produce play a role in preventing some diseases and cancers. Fourth, fruits and vegetables have lots of vitamins and minerals. We'll be getting vitamin A today from our carrots, which is important for a good night vision. Vitamin C we'll be getting from our strawberries and potatoes. That's important for wound healing. Lastly, fruits and vegetables contain lots of fiber. Fiber is important for good digestion and elimination. Lots of the nutrients and fibers in foods are in and under the skins. So to keep the most nutrients, don't peel the skins, wash the vegetables well, and eat the skins. That's what we'll be doing today with our carrots and potatoes.
To wash your vegetables, you can use a scrub brush. Just rub the vegetables under some water. You can also buy brushes with suction cups, like this one right here, that attaches to the side of your sink and can help if you have use of one hand only. Now let's take our vegetables back to the table.
Let's do some cutting. For those of you who have problems with hand strength and dexterity, use a rocker knife like this one. After you stabilize the potato, we want to cut them again so that they're all uniform, so they can all bake at the same time. Like so. We don't want them too big. And the rocker knife will just rock right through there. Now we're ready to pass over to Marty so he can add his culinary touch.
Thank you, Eugene. First, we need a baking pan and spray it with non-stick spray. And now to our potatoes, which we have here approximately 8 or 10 cut up potatoes. We're going to add either a tablespoon of garlic powder or 5 cloves of crushed garlic.
I love garlic. It's part of an Italian.
Isn't it great? You can be any nationality to enjoy garlic. And we normally crush the rest in, but for expediency's sake, we'll just move on. And now we're going to add paprika, which is a beautifully mild spice, good in color and very tasty. All right, stir it up. Absolutely stir it up. Add it to your pan. And once again, a light dusting. And this will cook for approximately 40 minutes or till they're golden brown. Now let's put them in the oven with our chicken.
Let's steam our carrots. For those of you who have never seen one before, this is a steamer. It's simple, inexpensive, and it works. Just lay it in any pot and it will adjust to its size. Add enough water so that the water level is right under the basket of the steamer. This should be about 1 or 2 inches, depending on the size of the steamer. Add your carrots. Now these have their skins on them, but if you want to remove the skins, use a wide-handled peeler like this and peel them lightly so that you can cut down on any vitamin loss. Just lightly so. Now, cover your pot. Let simmer over a medium flame until they've reached their desired tenderness. Check every now and then and add a little more water if you need to.
My mother always boils vegetables, usually to death.
And death is a good description because when you boil the vegetables in water, their vitamins and minerals leach out into the water, and a lot of times that water goes down the drain. When they're steaming, they're not in the water, and a lot of their nutrients stay in them.
Over here we have some carrots that have been steamed for about 12 minutes, and they still have a wonderful crunch. We're going to make a simple glaze, and to do that we're going to either add 1 tablespoon of brown sugar or its equivalent in sugar substitute if you're on a sugar-restricted diet like I am. So we add that in. We have here 4 tablespoons of lemon juice and a tablespoon or more of hot water, which would help it dissolve much more rapidly. You can stir it up, pour it over our carrots, and the vegetables are ready to serve.
For dessert, we're going to take 1 cup of plain low-fat yogurt, add a teaspoon of vanilla extract for flavor, and a sprinkle of sugar or sugar substitute. We're going to mix it. Pour it over the strawberries and honeydew. And voila! Dessert is ready.
Well, now let's see if our chicken is ready. It's cooked to 185 degrees. We're going to pull it out. These potatoes, see if they're done. Oh, yes. They're beautiful. They're golden brown. And now we're going to check to see if the chicken has reached 185 degrees. Oh, it looks simply beautiful. We put the thermometer into the chicken to make sure it hits 185 degrees. Pull it back. If it hit just a 1/4 of an inch, it hits a bone, just pull it out and reset it in again. And there it is, 185 degrees. The chicken is ready to serve. As we prepare our table, Althea will once again go over the recipe modification techniques.
Okay, again, think CARE. C-A-R-E. We change the ingredients in our coating mix from the traditional whole egg and milk to a healthier alternative, orange juice and egg whites. We added some nice helpings of fruits and vegetables to our meal: carrots, potatoes, honeydew, and strawberries. We also added seasonings: garlic, and paprika for flavor and color. We reduce the amount of fat in our chicken by selecting white meat and removing the skins. And finally, we eliminated a bunch of oil by baking our chicken instead of frying it. Now, what did we gain by using these techniques? Well, let's do a fat and calorie comparison. Our healthy heart meal: 2 pieces of chicken, a half a cup of carrots, a cup of potatoes, and a whole wheat roll gives us 619 calories, 26 grams of fat, 447 milligrams of sodium, and 198 milligrams of cholesterol. In comparison, a fast food version of a center breast and thigh of fried chicken, coleslaw, mashed potatoes and gravy, and a biscuit will give you 951 calories, 54 grams of fat, 2,277 milligrams of sodium, and 208 milligrams of cholesterol. A steady diet with that much fat and sodium is terrible for anyone's heart and blood pressure. Let's say you eat this fast food combo once a week for a year. By switching to our healthy heart alternative, you will reduce your caloric intake by almost 17,300 calories. That's equivalent to almost 5 pounds. And what does 5 pounds of fat look like?
Well, like this. And you can avoid all this fat by cooking a healthy heart meal instead of ordering a fast food combo. And as you said before, Althea, this fat is better in the trash than in your arteries, and your heart will love it.
Well, now we're ready to enjoy a sensational low-fat dinner, and I hope you'll be enjoying one too. Thank you for joining us today, and remember that old saying, you are what you eat. So eat the best you can and be the best you are. And from all of us,
Happy and healthy eating.
Bon appetit.
And always remember to chew, cook healthy, and eat well.
for 4 servings of oven-fried chicken, you'll need 8 pieces of skinned white meat chicken, 2 egg whites, a half a cup of orange juice, 1 1/2 cup breadcrumbs, and 2 tablespoons of paprika. Let your chicken marinate in the orange juice for at least 20 minutes. Then coat the chicken with your egg whites, then breadcrumbs. Put the chicken in a roasting pan that's been sprayed with a non-stick spray. Cook it in the preheated oven at 350 degrees for about 50 minutes. For oven brown potatoes, you'll need 8 red skinned potatoes, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder or 5 cloves of crushed garlic, 1 tablespoon of paprika. Cut the potatoes in uniform chunks. Mix in your garlic and paprika. Lay the potatoes in a sprayed pan with non-stick spray. That should cook for about 40 minutes or until golden brown. To make our carrots, you'll need 2 cups of sliced carrots, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar or sugar substitute, 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of hot water. Steam the carrots until tender. And just mix in your sugar or sugar substitute, lemon juice, and water. For dessert, the ingredients are 1 cup of sliced honeydew melon, 1 cup of sliced strawberries, 1 cup of low-fat plain yogurt, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Mix your yogurt and vanilla extract, add a sprinkle of sugar, and pour it over your fruit.